Am I the asshole for telling my fiancé that if he ever touches my phone again, I will ghost him? My BF 32 male and I 26 female have been together for 3 years, and overall our relationship is fine. Most of the time I know I am on my phone too much. I have cut down though, and I am not on it when we are spending time together. He had been pushing for a phone-free weekend for a while, and I finally agreed. Last weekend we rented a house a couple hours away, and when we got there I gave him my phone. Weekend was great until we started driving back. I asked him where my phone was, and he was trying to convince me to wait until we got home. I told him I wanted to listen to something on the way back. We had to talk about it for 20 minutes until he gave it back to me. So imagine my surprise when I start looking through my texts and find out my little sister has been in a terrible car wreck. It was not life or death, but she has some nasty injuries. I keep scrolling through my texts and realize not only did he already know, but was pretending to be me and texting my family back. I sat there just stewing in anger before I said anything, and finally asked him what the fuck he was thinking. He says that we agreed to no phones and that my sister was fine and he was monitoring the situation. We got into a really bad argument. I told him that I couldn't believe how selfish he was being, and that I never want to hear another word about my phone usage, since he couldn't stay off of my phone. I then told him that if he ever touches my phone again, and especially pretend to be me, that I would fucking ghost him. This really hurt him, so he started lashing out at me, and we were just screaming at each other. He pulled over and just disappeared into the woods for 30 minutes. He thinks that I went too far. I told him what he did was really messed up, and he said way worse things to me. He said that was a reaction to my words, he also said that the only reason he did it was for us to spend time together alone because he loves me. I would be fucking livid if a family member was in a car accident and my partner didn't tell me because it was a phone-free weekend. He should have given you the phone immediately upon seeing what had happened, so you could have called your family. I can't get over the part where he decided to just pull over and disappear into the woods. What if it wasn't 30 minutes and he willingly decided to leave Op in the car for much longer? What if Op can't drive? He essentially trapped Op and tried to do some kind of power play in the most childish way possible. Yet he thinks Op is the one who went too far. Am I the asshole for being hurt that my wife is on Tinder to find friends? A few days ago, I woke up to an email with a receipt for Tinder Gold under my wife's Apple ID. I asked my wife if I could see her phone just to confirm it was actually on there, and when I saw it was, I asked why. Her best friend recently got out of a relationship, and she said she'd signed up to help her make an account. Once she started talking to people, she wound up in good conversations. She said she thought it could be a good way to make friends. I told her I was really uncomfortable with her being on there, since it was primarily a dating and hookup app. She said that she told people she was married and just looking for friends. She offered for me to look at her conversations. So I peeked at a couple, and they were flirty, but still relatively tame. Her profile does say that she's married and only looking for friends. She is upset that I don't trust her, but a couple of years ago she went through a period where she was really close to cheating. She swears she's a different person now, and she'd never do anything to jeopardize our marriage. Ultimately, She said she refuses to apologize because she isn't doing anything wrong, and that I just need to deal with my insecurities about it and trust her. Am I the asshole? We've been together 20 years and have a kid and a house, so leaving is a lot of emotional, logistical, and financial complications. Not saying I won't do it. I'm just saying it's not easy. Maybe my answer seems obvious, but I really wanted to believe her. I posted this because I don't know anyone who actually uses Tinder, so I wanted to see if I was correct with what I assumed about it. I'm not into giving ultimatums, and I want to have a conversation about this instead of just saying, delete Tinder or I'm gone. The audacity to get Tinder Gold, not just Tinder, to the paid version. It gives you the option to only show your profile to people you swipe right on, so people she knows won't see her on there and tell her husband that she is absolutely cheating on him. Thanks, I was wondering what implication of buying gold meant. I have no idea how Tinder works other than reputation. You should also know that it is insanely expensive, more than all my streaming services and subscriptions combined except Adobe CC. But that's work. You don't get gold to find friends. It's specifically made to get you hookups. I mean, perhaps finding friends is also easier, but nobody would pay $25 per month to find friends. Only thirsty people buy that shit.